Lego City Undercover. This is the second part of the Unclimbable Mountain, but you wouldn't actually know it if you just started watching this video. So, we're learning how Garmadon and Lloyd's mother met each other in this very, I am sure, embellished story of how they were amazing on the battlefield together, whatever. But the point is, they really like chopped up these levels in such a strange way, because some levels are one chapter, some levels are multiple chapters. The Unclimbable Mountain itself is one level, and you see that when you finish it, it says that was the whole Unclimbable Mountain level. So now we have to do this whole basically other level with two other characters and this flashback that doesn't really end up meaning a whole lot story-wise, at least in the scope of the game. And I just thought it was really strange that this would have been a lot better, I think, as a separate level, because I don't know, they probably could have done a little bit more, but it felt like that the game, mostly the story, was really starting to drag on, so I was kind of glad that they were mixing some of them near the end here, but again, especially because the whole game's chopped up into chapters, I'm not sure if they thought that they could make each chapter a level and then decided, no, that's too short, let's mix some of them together. And we got this game with like 9 real levels, but still about 3 to 4 hours long, so yeah, it works out. I mean, as far as Lego value goes, it hits the mark almost, but can't complain too much. It is Lego. Anyway, so with Garmadon here, a couple of levels ago, we used him to knock down these massive blocks, and we're going to do the same thing here. So we have to do that 3 times with these different anti-siege engines, or whatever these are. I mean, I think they're fireworks. You step on this thing, and then this rocket flies up in the air, and okay, that tells the siege engine to hit that part. Okay, so I guess you're kind of, either those are your guys, which they could be because they're skeletons, and are skeletons on Garmadon's side? I'm not sure. Or they're the bad guys, and you're just tricking them to attack their own guys because of the rockets. I don't know which. But anyway, you just have to do that 3 times, and you don't really have to defeat any of the enemies, but they do get in the way. Like, my goodness, some of these enemies do not want to stop. But destroy this 3rd one, build the rocket, then step on it, and that'll destroy the 3rd. I guess this is also a siege engine of sorts. I mean, it looks like it shoots out a bunch of arrows at the door, so that would be considered a siege something, right? I don't know. I don't really know my medieval terms anymore. I guess I should watch Lord of the Rings again. That's not really how it works, I know. Okay, so we get the 3rd and final Ninjanuity token in this level, which means that the next and final level will give us our final 2 Ninjanuity tokens. And once again, if you get that one in the bottom left corner, that'll help you a lot for enemies that are shielding. Anyway, let's wait for this little mini cutscene that's going to send a couple more of these siege towers forward, and then there'll be some enemies that we will have to kill. Just about 4 of them, not too many. You can switch on over to Lloyd's mother, don't know what her name is, if you want to, because she's got kind of a cool sword and she has a crossbow too. For the most part though, she kind of feels a lot like Lloyd when it comes to, I don't know, playing her, I guess. I mean, really, they all feel the same except for Garmadon, who feels at least a little bit different, but who am I kidding? He's exactly the same as all the other ninjas. They really did not try that much with their fighting animations. I mean, they're really cool. I'm not complaining, I just wish there was a teeny bit of variety, so I guess it's okay. But then when you defeat those few waves of enemies, this siege engine is going to move on forward, and this mean guy who looks like he belongs over in Shadow of War is going to jump on down, and it's Captain Oku. I guess he has exactly the same mechanics as any other boss that we fought. You'll spin a few times, get dizzy, and that's when you attack. So when that's all over with, you'll want to build these 2 rockets on this side of the center siege tower, and then that should automatically activate and send it flying forward into the gate. Or sorry, not the gate, this giant ravine, and now we'll be able to get over the gaping amounts of lava that for some strange reason isn't killing us even when we step into the little tiny streams of it, because I'm pretty sure that stuff would be pretty hot if you were actually standing next to it. So here we get to fight some skeletons again, or just completely skip them. Over there's a gold brick that you can attempt to get if you want to, but it's way more possible on free play. Then come on up to this doorway here, and I think I got stuck a little bit for here and I forgot to cut it out. That is embarrassing. Well, oh wait, no I didn't. Okay, you need to defeat all the enemies there, even though it doesn't tell you. And it may not be all the enemies, you just have to defeat the ones that are around you in this area. Then the skeletons will roll down on those barrels and bust it open for you. Okay, I did not get stuck, but I think there is another point that I need to go find and cut it out, because I think I did get stuck somewhere and not cut it out. So that'll be kind of embarrassing if that shows up in the middle of this video. But anyway, here we need to get that gate opened now, and once again, follow that very nice arrow. It's going to tell us to kind of go up on the left side here, but we can't really get there from here, and I think I died there. Yeah, I did die because of the lava. I think what happened there is that guy shot me, and I fell into the lava, and the death that happens when you fall into lava takes so long to actually kill you that it just had me stuck on the screen there for a few minutes. So anyway, just kill a couple of these more skeletons if you really want to. You don't actually have to. Then look on over here to the left side. You'll be able to see that wall you can jump up. And that'll let us get up onto this shelf so then we can kill some more enemies here. There's also going to be a big siege engine that will actually be turning on. I think this was the original siege engine at the start of the level, so that's kind of cool how... I don't know, I'm not going to compare it to Dark Souls or anything, but in Dark Souls people praised a lot of it because whatever you saw you could walk to, and I guess it's kind of like that, so that is kind of cool. But anyway, you'll want to aim it in that direction and then just pull down on this catapult, fire it forward, which it'll do all of that for you, and then the door will break open. Then there's going to be a swarm of skeletons that spawn way over there, and yet we're still way over here, so that's a little bit far away, but okay, I'll go with it, and we'll just need to defeat 6 of them once we get into this place. And then this skeleton with, holy sweet mother of language there. This skeleton by the name, wow, I still can't talk, of Sergeant Masu, I think it was, is going to fall on down here, but he's really not that tough. All you got to do is take out his shield, which you can do if you have a few upgrades in the Ninjanuity skill thing. You can take his shield straight off by pushing B next to him and then destroy him in any other way that you normally would. That is that mini-boss. He had a pretty grand entrance and a very miserable death, so I guess that's the kind of life I want to leave, you know, or I want to lead, you know, which, my goodness, I need to start taking speech lessons or something. Holy cow. Really what I need to do is just not narrate 15 videos in one day. That would stop this, but it is nice to get a whole list of videos out because then I don't have to worry about it for a couple of days. Anyway, so we'll want to walk on up here, and there's going to be a few more kind of annoying enemies in our way, and I think, I don't know if it was here or somewhere else, there was some point where I was trying to do something and this enemy kept punching me and punching me and punching me and punching me, and it was just like, stop doing that. I also kept getting shot by these guys that are just blending into the background, but luckily I could pick them out somewhat easily because of their because, you know, they shoot stuff and it's pretty obvious where they are. And when we're here, this may have been the part that I got stuck at and didn't know it. I don't think I got stuck for too long, though. We can't do anything there. Oh, she can shoot it down, but I don't think that does anything for us. Unless it does. Okay, never mind, I lied. It looks like it does. I did not get stuck. I thought I got stuck, and then I thought it wasn't useful, and it is useful. So shoot down that thing, and that will... Okay, now I remember. That will spawn this giant set of dragon bellows. All you gotta do is step on it and that'll send the other dragon fireworks, I guess they're probably missiles at this point, into that doorway, and then it'll zoom in very conveniently on the other thing that you have to build so we can actually get through.
It makes it harder to conquer them.
So yank on this, pull it backwards, and this should be able to spawn a tightrope for us to walk across. And there's going to be a few more enemy forces that we'll have to defeat, as you can see by the objective. But once again, as long as it's not actually coming up saying defeat 10 enemies, you don't actually have to. I think I got close to 2 of those true ninja meters in this level, so that was kind of cool. Took out this guy by winning that smash the X button little kind of quick time event thing, and here you'll want to use whoever you want to pull that down so you can walk into this doorway. Then there'll be a couple more enemies that'll be swarming us here in a second, I think. But we can see that's the place we want to go. That's kind of the final boss of this level, I guess, even though this level really didn't have much of a boss in it whatsoever. So some guys are going to spawn on down here, take them out if you want to, and then you want to build this object here. Switch on over to Garmadon, I think. We might, yeah, we'll need Garmadon here, and then you'll want to pull open that elevator. Or you'll pull up the elevator, and then you'll want to switch to the soon-to-be wife to use her crossbow to shoot down the targets, but you may have to step back a little bit to get the target to actually lock onto it. I don't know why, again, the aiming is so finicky in this game, but such is life of a Lego game. And then we'll want to double jump on up these walls here if it will let us. There we go. And then we'll just defeat this guy who's up here, which shouldn't take too long. He's pretty much like the other 3 enemies with health bars we fought in this level. And once we do that, that'll be the end of this level, and that'll be on to the final level in Lego Ninjago.
When we've beaten this blockhead,